Yet another beautiful day at the Dubois County 4-H Fair. Hello and welcome to WJTS in.form. I'm Bill Potter. We've made our way to the Dubois County 4-H Fair, and we're going to talk with Cody Scherle. Cody's going to talk about the projects he's had out here. He's going to talk about the importance of 4-H and something that is really significant. He's going to a national competition. We'll talk about that in a minute. Cody, first of all, tell us about yourself. Where do you live? Where do you go to school? Who your parents are? What club?
I'm Cody Scherle from Ireland, Indiana. I'm part of the Fighting Irish Club in Ireland, Indiana. I live on a farm. I'm 16 years old, and I take cattle, sheep, pigs, and goats to the county fair.
Okay. Oh, so you've got a whole wide range of things. Now, Monday night was the swine show. Did it go as well as you wanted it to?
Not as well as I'd like it to go on, but I guess there's always next year to get.
And then you also said you have beef,
sheep, and goats yet too.
Okay, so you've got a lot of different things that you're showing. And all of these things you raise on your farm?
Actually, we just raise cattle for now, and we buy the other livestock that we show too.
Okay, and the one thing, you're like what I think people think of as a typical 4-H member. You live on a farm, you raise beef, so you know all about livestock, but there's a lot of kids that can join 4-H that have nothing to do with a farm.
Yeah, many usually just start out by going to the Dubois County Fair and checking out how all the shows go and how they run, and then some may inform the others that they would like to start showing or are interested in the overall topic, and then just talk with some of your friends and get into it a little bit, help them out around, just try to get involved and then see if you like it in the end.
Now, you are showing animals, but beyond that, you are a national judge. You're part of a national competition. Explain what that is.
It's a livestock judging contest, and last year we went to Raleigh, North Carolina to judge for Indiana as a national team, and this year we get to go to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to judge as a national team representing Dubois County. And for me, I got 16th overall in the overall contest, so I got taken part of the all-star Indiana team to represent Indiana all over the country. So I don't know if I'll be taking part in that since our national team made it, so we'll have to see about that.
Now, does that give you an unfair advantage when you have animals because you know what the judge is looking for?
Usually if you show more livestock and all the different species, you have a better chance of doing well in the overall competitions because you know what to look for in every species and everything like that. So. Okay,
now, so you're a judge, and you're judging other kids' animals at the national competition, or is it, how does that work?
Usually there's a family or groups that bring in their own livestock to volunteer their own animals for all the national teams to judge. So it usually isn't other kids, it's like parents or so that just like to volunteer their time and their animals to let kids judge for the national contest.
Okay, now tell me some things that, because let's say in the beef show coming up, what's the judge looking for that people may not realize? Because sometimes you think the judge is just standing back looking, but there's things they're looking for.
Usually it's actually different when it comes to heifer and steers, heifer being the female, steer being the male. Steers, you're looking for the overall muscle package, how big their hind quarter is, their butt, and then their top, see how big that is, and just checking out everything in them. And then heifers, you just want to look for the overall prettiness of their front, everything else. You want a lot of belly to them, make them look wide in the stomach area, and you just want them to be more of a prettier type of animal.
Because essentially, these are all going to go to market, so you want some good animals for that reason. Does a judge need to touch the animal to be able to tell?
For me, I think the judge should touch steers in terms of feeling the overall condition and fat over its ribs and on its top. But for heifers, you don't really need to touch them because most people, if they have a nice one, they're taking it back home to raise to have calves later on the ground that year.
Okay, now you're in this national competition coming up, and it takes money to do that competition. You got to pay for your hotel room, your gas, your meals, all of that. How can people help?
Well, we're actually having a fundraiser where my dad and a couple other teammates' dads and other people around, like Steve Aiding, our coach, are having jars set around in the main barn for the show, and you stick money in there to just money for we're having a pie throwing contest, so whoever raises the most money or whatever jar has the most money in it at the end gets a pie thrown in their face, so it should be a good time.
Now, if somebody can't make it to the fair, but they would like to help you guys out some way, maybe an industry or something would like to give some money, what should they do? Contact you? Contact Steve Aiding?
You can usually contact Steve at his phone number. You can contact me anytime you need to, or if you ever see us around or anything, just go ahead and talk to me, and we'll really appreciate your donation to our team.
Is this national competition part of 4-H, or is that like an aside?
we are in livestock judging, and livestock judging is part of the overall 4-H. So national contest is connected to the 4-H that we do here.
Okay, now I'm going to be showing animals in the celebrity competition. What is some tips for me with the beef? What do I do?
For me, I'd say just stay calm and confident whenever you're showing beef, because believe it or not, they can tell if you're scared or you don't know what you're doing, and then that's when they like to act up. So for me, I'd say stay cool and confident, and you should do out well.
Okay, well, you said something that concerns me. You should know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. So do I get a stick? Will I get a stick to do something with?
Oh, yeah. Somebody will be with you that's been showing beef for a while, so nothing will really ever happen because you have somebody that knows what they're doing.
Okay, and there's a lot of great celebrities that are part of that, and that is going to be Thursday night at 5:30. Kind of the pie throwing contest is going to be before, during, or after that. We're not sure when. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Well, just for kids out there that are thinking about going into 4-H. I know there's a lot of things that there is to do. There's always things going on anymore. What is something that will help to encourage kids to be part of 4-H?
I'd say the overall experience and fun that you have during the fair and with the overall animals that you take home back. Because when I'm at home, it's animal after animal. We have about 24 coming to the fair this year that are at the fair. And just sitting there going out to your barn or wherever you keep your animals and just seeing them run around and stuff, it's a fun thing to be a part of and something to just take care of and feel like you're doing something, helping everything out and just making sure he grows, eats, and everything like that. So it's just a fun experience to do, and it helps you out better in the future.
Now, if you come out to the fair, what's one of your favorite things to do that other people might enjoy doing?
Some of my favorite things is going around, just experience all the rides, just going down to the grandstands and experience all those events, and then walking through the barns and just looking at the different livestock, maybe petting one or two, seeing its overall personality of each piece of livestock.
And for a lot of kids, this may be the only time that they're going to see an animal and be up close to it and get an idea of what it is.
Yeah, that's why you should just go up and see if you like it. I mean, everyone here is pretty well tamed because they're here at the fair, so they were brought here for a reason.
All right, well, Cody, it sure is a pleasure talking to you. You're a well-rounded individual and a perfect example of what 4-H is the result of. You are a great example of the progress that 4-H is making, the success of 4-H. Cody Scherle has been our guest on 18 WJTS in.form. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you at the Dubois County 4-H Fair. We're local people watching local people.